Question 51. So with this particular question here, we've got part 1, draw the graph of y equals mod of ln x. Now to do this, first thing you need to know is what ln x looks like. Okay, so if you remember from the question earlier, ln x goes something like this. Okay, where it doesn't actually get to the y-axis, it goes to minus infinity and crosses there at 1. Okay, so the y-axis acts as an asymptote. Now mod of x will make everything positive. This will stay the same because this is already positive, but this bit here, negative, will become positive, so it gets reflected. So suppose that there's minus 1 here, or there'll be 1 here, so it'll be reflected. So the mod of x, the mod of ln x then, quite simply, you keep the positive bit as it is, right? So this bit stays the same, but this bit then gets reflected. You might find it easier to turn it around. Okay, so you end up with that there, and don't forget to put 1 there and label the axes, of course, and you're done, right? Part 2 there, y equals the mod of x plus 1. Well, I would draw y equals x plus 1 first. Okay. Now x plus 1 is kind of straightforward because if you look in front, if you remember y equals mx plus c, the number in front of the x here is just 1, isn't it? Because it's just y equals x, so it's 1x. So the gradient's 1. But then this value is important, isn't it? Plus 1. This tells you where it crosses the y-axis, so it crosses at 1. And the gradient is 1. Okay, so basically you're going to have a slope something like this. Okay, for y equals x plus 1. So crosses at 1, the gradient is the value in front of the x, which is also 1, which means for every 1 you go across, you also go up 1. Every 1 you go across, you go up 1. And so if I go back 1 here and go down 1, I'll end up here, won't I? So that there's minus 1. Okay, so do the mod of that then, basically. All this positive bit stays positive, so that stays there at 1, and that stays there at minus 1, and then you reflect that there, because it's y equals x, that's going to be like a 90-degree angle there, and you're done. Part 3 then, sketch this x squared. Well, what I would do first is, as I said, draw x squared minus 5. I do that to begin with. Okay, don't worry about the mod. So if you think about x squared is like a smiley face. X squared minus 5 then, well, everything shifts down by 5. So basically your smiley face is like that, and you're going to minus 5 there. Okay, now if I do the mod of it, basically everything that's positive already stays where it is. Okay, so this bit here stays where it is, this bit here stays where it is, but this bit here, all negative, becomes positive, so it reflects, so you end up having it like this here. Okay, and that becomes 5 because minus 5 will reflect to 5. Now the other thing I would do as well is I would work out these values here, okay, because it sort of would be expected. And if you think about this here, these values on the x-axis, this is when y is 0. So when y is 0, x squared minus 5 is 0, so x squared is 5. So x there will be plus or minus root 5. So, you know, you could just leave it like that. But I would put them in because you can work them out, so it'd be expected for you to do that.